Season finale, full, Dad, something finale. There's so much. I don't even have words. None of that made sentences.
That hurt my brain. All of that.
So much.
I think B.C. just had a stroke.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because of the gifted. A good stroke because it's a gifted stroke.
Oh, that's right. Welcome to...
Gifted strokers. What?
Bro, bro.
Stroking gifted?
No.
Stroke. Gifted stroke.
No. Oh, Gifted Talkers back again. It's your host, the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass, your boy B to the C, ETCW World Heavyweight Champion.
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
Hit me up on all social media at Real Jackass BC, RealJackass BC. Once again, joined by Quad X. What's up, Matt?
Man, that was an amazing episode.
That really was.
It was a good winter finale. Well, I say winter finale. It comes back in New Year's. So it's like 2018 finale. That's all it is.
We don't get any more Gifted for the rest of the year.
I mean, you say that, it's like 3 weeks.
The whole year!
I mean, like, it's really...
Oh, we need to go up to a whole nother number before we get more Gifted.
It's, like, not that bad.
I'm really surprised that it's coming back on January 1st.
I am, too, because, like, normally that's, like, a big no-no for a lot of networks.
It's, like there's a lot of bowl games.
Yeah, well...
None of them matter, but, you know...
I mean, all of them matter.
None of them
It's the
matter.
New Year's 6. So there's 6 bowl games.
They don't matter.
And then there's 2 that, like, really matter.
Yeah, let's play bowl games.
Bama OU is going to be fun.
Well,
I'm actually really excited I'm going to miss that. And then, like, Clemson versus Notre Dame.
Hold up. Really?
Yeah.
You was going to throw that game in my face like that? Really?
Yeah.
That's the game you're going to miss. The damn Sooners and Bama. After what happened to me this last weekend.
What happened to you this last weekend?
We lost to OU!
How the... But what happened to you?
We lost!
But I want to see Kyler Murray versus that.
He's a piece of crap! He's garbage! He's ugly! He's got a terrible family!
That's not true at all.
Whatever! F that guy!
He used to be on A&M. It was really cool. I'm an
He's a horrible human being! That just goes to show you how bad of a human being he is.
I'm an Aggie.
You're a horrible human being! You know that! You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you go, God damn, I hate myself, I'm an Aggie.
I mean, that's different. But, like, regardless, the self-deprecation behind us. Yeah, so this should be a good game. You know,
it's going to be a terrible game.
Curious to see what...
Screw the playoffs. And bowl season's just awful anyway.
You won the Super Bowl already. I mean, you lost the second Super Bowl, but you won the first Super Bowl.
Get out.
It's like, seriously? Like, yeah. I mean, you gotta get over it.
So, Gifted fall finale, so much fun, really exciting. I really enjoyed this. I did not know it was going to be the fall finale. We had thought we were going to get another episode.
Yeah, I really thought we were going to get another episode. I was really shocked when you told me today that this was the fall finale. Or, I guess, the 2018 finale, I suppose we should really be saying.
Well, I mean, there's not going to be another... We're not going to hit another fall finale. We're going to hit a spring finale. That'd be just the finale.
Yeah, but I mean, we're technically in December, so that's why I always associate December with winter, so that's why I'm like, fall finale? I don't know about all that, but...
Winter finale? Either... We're Texas.
But then, like, New Year's is like, you know, New Year's Day is January, and that's in the winter, too, so...
Yeah, true. Well, either way.
Semantics.
Again, I thought we had at least one more episode before they cut.
It seems early that they would cut this... Because I really thought it would be like December 11th would be the finale. Because, I mean, then it's 2 weeks to Christmas. Okay, it makes sense. No big deal. But to do it this early is kind of a little bit questionable, but... Yeah.
It was a strong episode to finish on, though, because I really... You know, the last two were kind of lackluster.
Yeah, really lackluster.
But this one really hit strong, and we had some good, strong points to go out on, and a lot to speculate and look forward to.
Yeah, there was a lot of setup for next season, or not next season, but for 2019. that kind of was intermixed and intertwined with a lot of really good plot points and conclusions, too. We have a lot of closure happening in this episode as well.
Yeah, so we start out with our flashback, which I felt was, they probably should have jumped it, like, maybe 2 years, I think.
2 years would have made sense, but also I feel like this should have been something we saw about maybe 2 episodes ago.
No, I think, the reason I think it worked here is because it made me immediately connect to Rebecca a little more.
Well, then why didn't I? Okay,
because
maybe last
if we had, but if we had seen it last episode, I wouldn't have. Last episode we needed everything with Polaris, so it couldn't have been that.
Oh, sure.
The episode before that was before we would have seen it before she killed everybody, so we wouldn't be connecting with her anymore.
Right.
So now that we hit it on this episode, we're like, okay, I kind of see what this girl's going through now, and I kind of care for. And at first, I was like, I don't like this, and then I see what because I thought it was just going to be some stupid little thing with her using her power to do something, but then we find out what actually happened. I'm like, oh, that was kind of cold of her parents.
Yeah, because her parents basically called Sentinel Services to take her away after she, I guess, almost killed her teacher.
I guess so.
That's what
I kind of wanted to see that part of the flashback.
Yeah, right? That would have been interesting.
But you add that too, and you're kind of like, yeah, she is.
Who eats pancakes like that? Only a crazy person eats pancakes
well,
like that.
What have I been saying since she showed up?
Look, all I've been saying, I've always said that she was a crazy person.
Not at all.
Never once said
Not at all.
that she was a normal, sane person.
We can go back and see the footage. I might cut it in right here. Just saying. I'm not going to do that. It's way too much work.
It's really a lot of work for you. I don't really think you're going to do. We already added more work with the word of the day, okay? So
that was so difficult. I really enjoyed it, but it was so
amazing.
Difficult.
It was amazing.
To go back and figure out where the points needed to be.
It's true. We need to take timestamps every single time.
And I never remember to start the clock on here until like 10 minutes into the show.
Oh, and you still haven't done it yet?
No, it's running now, but it was after we came back.
Okay,
so
we digress.
All right, so storyline A.
Yeah.
This week we're going with we got to stop the ant, or not the ant, but the scientist lady from taking all of Lauren's blood and creating a cure for the mutants.
Yes.
Which is just always an X-Men story. Like, we just gotta cure the mutants.
Yeah, like...
It never works out, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this was the plot of X3 in a way.
Yeah, I have so many problems with how that worked on that movie, though.
Yeah, no, it was really bad. But, I mean, regardless, this is... it was just kind of weird, and I felt like the whole time, like, you're having breakfast at this table with this woman. Why aren't you, like, discussing with her, like, hey, look, this is... What do you want to do with my blood? Oh, I want to help a lot of people. Yeah. But what do you really want to do with all of our blood?
See, I kind of liked it because I felt like they were like, yo, it felt like if we just attack her and be like, yo, we know what you're doing, you can't do this. That would be something that most shows that I've seen before. Them immediately going, well, let's just secretly get rid of all this stuff. I kind of liked. It was a little bit of a twist on it. I kind of think it worked really well.
It just seemed like it kind of escalated very quickly.
Oh, it did.
Especially with Dad needing to, like, have this to save his life.
Yes.
It seemed really odd that they would go that route. And then also for Noah, whom, honestly, didn't even know that was his name until this episode, I was kind of shocked that he turned so quickly.
You know what? I expected that when we got... Because when we get to the end of it there, and she immediately says Noah was a curse to her.
Again, really escalated quickly.
Right when that happened, I was like, oh, he's not gonna like that. That's mean.
Yeah,
you're a mean old lady.
Like,
and Lauren was okay. So jumping back a little bit, we're getting through this. We're going through lunch, and Lauren's like, well, yeah, I want to, maybe we should go give more blood. Maybe we should see more how this works. She's like, oh, you can go about. No, I want to give more blood. I'm like, Lauren's not having any of your shit, old lady. Lauren's about to treat you like Captain Marvel treats old ladies, and just right in the face.
Such a good trailer.
Decent.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So, not gonna get into that. Yeah, but my thing is that you've got this kid Noah, who is dedicated to this doctor and finding a cure because he himself is a mutant and has a weird scar on his chest and suddenly, I guess, I distort sound. I don't quite know exactly what he does.
You remember in the early 2000s when a bunch of directors felt that they could direct action films when they really couldn't, and all they did was shake the camera.
Yes.
I think that's what he does. He shakes the camera.
Shakes the camera.
Yeah.
I believe Jason Statham was in a movie like that.
A couple.
Yeah. So anyway, so you've got him. He has his own powers too, and he's always defending this doctor. And then the doctor has also been kind of cool, cordial with everybody. And then suddenly, well, he was a mistake, and he was a curse and a disgrace to his family. It's like he's in the room, and also do you hate this guy? I never caught that.
I really thought Lauren was about to go off when she was saying things.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Lauren about to mess something. I felt he was gonna help at the end, but I didn't think he was gonna be the only one to do things. I thought Lauren was gonna be like, enough of this, you bubbles.
Yeah. Right, and she did, but it was only for the guards.
Speaking of, I really liked how she can just bubble and walk away.
Yeah. Because my thought process was that this takes a lot of concentration. How much concentration did she have to go do that, then go to lunch, have fun, whatever, have a good old time, and then just open it up again?
It feels to me like that's one of those, hey, she's getting really good at her powers.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Professor X can just stop everybody everywhere and be like, just stop.
I would have... I really, this is a complete aside, but I would have loved it if there was, another tech that went down to the blood area and it's like, oh, it's kind of, weird. Oh. Clink, clink. Lock the door. Walk out.
Yeah, that would mess that one up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it looks like we shook the camera and the room was being destroyed.
I guess.
I'm assuming maybe the building. I don't know. Were we killing people in there?
I don't even know. I love how we sit there, we watch his power, and we're just like, what is happening? What is this power? And he's like, cut.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out about that one.
Yeah.
Storyline B goes to the Uprising. Is it the Uprising, right? Yeah, Uprising.
Yeah.
And we've got Rebecca. She's in this little container being spun around and kept basically in a lot of... It's going to make her even more crazy than she is.
Yeah, it's like a weird green light.
Mm-hmm.
And she's spinning constantly because we have to keep her in a dark room. And she has to constantly rotate so she doesn't know where she can use her powers at. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
Which was very interesting. And
it made sense, though.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Really did work. Andy is not happy with it.
No.
He's worried about her.
Puppy dog love.
Hacker from the 90s. She's like, look, we got to keep her in there. I don't know about it either, but this is what we got to do.
Right.
The triplets are still fighting.
Yeah, I mean they're sisters. They'll do that.
Polaris is dealing with the fact that Dawn's gone. She's doing good, which I thought was a little kind of bothered me.
Well, there was that moment where Andy went in there to talk to her, and they talk about Dawn being gone, and you could tell the pain on Polaris' face.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Her just trying to be strong and get through it.
Yeah. So Andy not happy with how this is going. Decides, I'm gonna, and apparently we have to have Andy to break into this place.
Yes.
I don't like how they're like, well, no, we can only have this one mutant to do things when their power is to blow things up. There's a lot of mutants that can do that.
Yeah, but
you could have gone and got the bowler at the end there. He could have bowled right into that room.
He was already in prison though.
But I'm just saying,
for this guy, you already have Andy. And you've had Andy training for this moment. I mean, all those unathletic runs through, that little practice room.
And it worked right here because he didn't run.
He didn't have to run.
He just walked like a badass.
Perfect.
And yeah.
And bro, whenever that guard comes up behind him, he's like...
And that was pure brotherhood. I loved it. Yeah. So he's not completely on board with this. No. And he's not on board with his baby girl. So he's going to go break her out. Right. He's like, we got to get out of here. And she's like, no, I'm cray-cray. We're going to go. We going up.
Yeah, he's like the entire time he gets into the elevator with her and he's like, okay, we can cool. We're good. We'll just leave. We'll just bounce out of this place. And she's like, they'll find us. Don't worry. I'm going to kill them all.
And if you try to stop me, I'm going to kill you. Let's go kill them. And as soon as she walks in, my first thought is, why is Reva not screaming?
Yeah.
Why do you always hesitate, Reva? And that's one of the problems with mutants. When you see someone do something, like, why are you not doing it now?
Yeah.
Like,
but I think normally she expects it all, but in this one it was extremely unexpected.
And
I think but
you know what? Well, and this might be more of a prediction era, but I think at some point we're going to find out that she knew that was going to happen.
Okay, so I think we just did find out that she knew that this was going to happen because she said that Rebecca still serves a purpose. And then, after, obviously, spoiler alert, Rebecca dies,
and she goes to rip it, Andy stops and she, like, neck to wall snap.
Oh, it was $1 Million Baby all over again. So, you know, she said then at the end, whenever they're breaking into the thing, into that little compound, one of the cuckoos is like, yeah, but that girl almost killed us. And she's like, yeah, but, you know, she served a purpose. Now Andy is, like, devoted to us. Well, you look at her turning around and being like, and not screaming, she wanted Andy to kill her.
Yeah, and that I think, like, we're gonna get the revelation of, like, eventually when that mutant uprising breaks down, it's gonna be that was all my doing. I manipulated that to happen.
Right.
And I think we're gonna get that at some point. But yeah, I completely agree. Like, all those signs are there. I feel like this is something that I normally wouldn't pick up on, so I'm really glad that you kind of helped me pick up on that.
You got there, man. You just need a small little push. You're good.
That's one of those things. Yeah, I go back and watch. And go, oh, those signs were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was an extremely unexpected moment.
Did not see it happen.
No, I thought Rebecca was going to be like a series regular.
Yep.
Like maybe she was just going to be that crazy mutant that shows up in random times. No, we're just going to kill her like $1 Million Baby style. Like, done. And I actually neck popped when I did that. So
we go into regimen, whatever it is.
Workout regimen.
We break down, we kill all the guards, we go in and destroy what we find out.
Alright, all the guards. We kill 5. We knock out 5.
Yeah. Andy breaks the wall in, we go in, and we get that moment you were just talking about where he just get down back.
Yeah.
That total X-Men stop.
That wasn't even X-Men.
Brother, I mean, like, X-Men movies, like, that's
the
feel I love. Just stop. He goes flying. Polaris has her Magneto helmet on, and she gets up, and I love the line. I'm like, well, that's new.
Hey, you said the word.
I'm not plugging it in.
Ah! No, we're not doing that. Ah! Magneto. Ah! You said Magneto.
We're not doing it.
Ah!
We're not doing it.
You want to edit?
Nope.
Ah!
Not editing. I love how the is like, well, that's new.
Yeah.
It's to remind me where I'm from.
Yeah.
Also, I brought steel-toed boots. You should have stopped at line
You
number
should have
1.
really stopped there.
Line 1 was perfect.
Although she did look sick, and I thought at one point she was going to use like the steel on her uniform to do something.
Man.
But I was like, when she said, I brought my steel-toed boots, in my mind, those were going to come into play. Because why did you throw that out there if you weren't going to use them?
They did. And it just clicked in my head right as I said it. I'm like, that's so dumb. Oh, wait, no, it's not. She can't levitate herself. She levitates.
That's what it was. Yeah, okay.
So that's why she flies, because she's levitating the steel toes in her shoes.
Do you think it's necessary to levitate, though?
That is... No, it's not. It's no reason... And that line was not really necessary.
It wasn't.
But as an X-Men, as a mutant fan... All of a sudden that clicked, and I'm like, that is very comic accurate. Because that's what Magneto does, too.
Yeah.
Magneto, he wears metal so he can levitate.
Right.
And that just, oh, man, I hate, because I was really mad at that line until right now. I'm like, man, that actually makes sense. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, was it necessary? No.
For the comic nerd in me, I was like, okay, I like that you did it. Right. Necessary? No. Everyone would have just gone, oh, look, she's levitating. And I still, 90% people are going, well, steel-toe boots, are they made for walking? I don't get it. Oh, she's levitating, cool. And they're not going to make the connection.
Well, now they did.
Well, y'all did.
Yes.
Y'all probably were screaming it in the comments before we did.
That's true. Thanks,
but,
Rob.
Thanks. Well, especially, speaking of Rob, pointing out the ant from last week, Miss McKay from D2 the Mighty Ducks.
That's right. And because Rob was the one that told us, and because he put it in the comment section, he is going to be the proud new owner of a hug. That's what he gets.
You hug him.
It's a giveaway. It's a hug.
I'm not getting close. He'll stab you.
No, he hugs me, but then he checks to see how my leg workouts are going, and he's like, it's not tight enough. And I'm like, oh.
All right. Jumping into our C storyline, the underground. We are really dysfunctional.
Very dysfunctional.
We're going to go kidnap a guy.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to say what I said to you whenever I saw this. They're standing inside a parking garage across the street from an apartment building, which I assume was their apartment building, because they were talking about like it was a company, and there was so much security. I'm like, no, that's an apartment right over there. Well, they're standing in front of they're looking at the plans. They're like, oh, well, yeah, we'll just grab him here. We'll do this. And be like, hold up, wait. Y'all don't discuss the plans before y'all get to the location? Because now you're arguing, and now you have infighting when you're already there. What were you doing when you were at least just driving over to that area? Man, I can't wait to stop at a Cinnabon on the way back.
This was very, and I said it on there, this very reminded me of Cinema Sins.
Yeah.
Where they do one of those montages where someone's working out and someone's telling them the plan, and as time's going on, they're just telling another sentence or so.
Yes!
And you're sitting there like, did you wait 6 months to tell him this sentence? Like, how did this...
I know.
How does this work? Do you finish a workout, then you go to do the next one, and then you continue talking, like right where you left off?
The CW does that all the time with their superhero shows, where it's just be like, well, let me explain to you what happened. And next thing you know, they're in Catco, and they're walking out of the elevator, and so that's how I became Supergirl. And you're like, wait, what? Hold up, you waited what? Why did it take you that long to tell this person this?
It's something that all shows do.
All of them do it.
You kind of just gotta... But yeah, you're right. You're like, wait a minute, y'all got to where you're going without talking out the plan? Like...
Yeah. Like, I want to know what happens right after that. And I would appreciate any movie or any TV show that's like, I'll tell you. But give me a second. Like, let's actually go get some lunch first, and then, we'll drive over there. I'll tell you when we get to the office.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Blink is not having it.
No. I did. There was something I very much appreciated with Blink, though. Okay, so she did not like what was going on. When she wasn't enjoying everything, she had the contacts in. Whenever she left and all hell broke loose and you had to use portals to get around, she had the green eyes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I like that we did that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the little things.
Yeah, that was good. I still don't understand the use of the contacts or why.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But
yeah,
it is what it is there. So we kidnapped this guy. We have some complications. There's some security. I love to open the trunk.
That was...
Don't look at me.
That was probably my favorite part of the episode, was that. Actually, I would say that, what's his name? Eclipse was probably my favorite part of this episode.
He was really good from start to finish.
Yes.
Really, really enjoyed that. We get him back to the hospital that we've been in and out of.
Whenever it's the trunk, and he opens the door, and the trunk, and he, drops the guy in, and the guy looks up at him and goes, don't look at me, I don't know, I know as much as you do. And then closes the trunk. That is amazing.
So good. We get him back, we strap him up, we're going to get some... And Thunderbird is on all sorts of roid rage right now.
Yeah.
Which I think this plays really well into everything you've been saying all season, how he is so on edge.
Yeah.
And it's just starting to boil up now.
Yeah.
It's really starting to come out and get angry.
He's the character at this point that I could see join the inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
He's so angry. He feels like he's getting no results. The purifiers are obviously they're going to catch him. So you have a door open at that point to have, the inner circle in some form or fashion save him, and then he realizes, oh, these guys actually get stuff done. Mm-hmm. Do that. Now, obviously, that would be an amazing twist, but one I don't think they do.
I don't think it is either. Blink, not happy, decides she's going to go off, save the mutants that are getting rounded up. Thunderbird and Eclipse trying to get the ant. We get the ant. We find out what this dude does. We find out that they're controlling all these callers.
Yeah, and that made so much sense.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, as soon as they announced that, I was like, everything now makes sense. This whole first half of the season, I get it now.
Yeah. And then we're going out at we're getting the information. We're finding out where we need to go, where they're going to hit, and all of a sudden, pop, 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 homie gets shot.
Yeah, he does.
By Fade.
Yep.
And now we're going... that fight with Fade was really cool.
It was cool.
How Thunderbird's having to track him while they're fighting.
Yeah.
And then I really enjoyed that. We're leaving. We're trying to get him out and get him somewhere we can question him.
And they stop him because Eclipse Home Alone's the door. All right?
Yes, he did. We're trying to get out of there, and here come the rednecks.
Yes. Which is a great line. Because they're like, oh, someone's coming. And he puts his hand to the ground. He's like, who is it? And he looks up.
The cops?
And then immediately BC goes, rednecks.
Pop, 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 pop. I'm like, oh, here are the rednecks.
Yep, here are the rednecks. And this whole thing...
I loved...
Yeah.
I loved how Thunderbird's like, yo, get Fade, get out of here. I'm going to go put my hulking anger to use.
Sure.
And he goes after this truck. And I love the fight. I love what we did here. Jace is apparently driving. Turner pins him up against a wall, and he's just like, yo, what's up? It's me.
Okay. I like what happens.
Yeah.
I think it could have all been avoided. Because here's my thinking behind it. You've got... Obviously, you needed a distraction. You needed Thunderbird to come in there and, have some sort of, protect everybody.
Yeah.
You still have Eclipse, who, of course, gets power from, the sun and light, who, even if he's running away, can use his abilities to stop the car, and then Thunderbird can keep on running and still not get shot or caught.
Yeah, true. Sure, would have been a smarter move, but again, Thunderbird is dealing with a little bit of roid rage. Okay, you don't
What's
think
Eclipse
clearly.
dealing with?
He's dealing with the guy who is roid raging. He's kind of like, you know what? Do you, bro? Do you? I'm gonna get Fade out of here. Who for some reason is not disappearing when he should be right now because of people shooting at us.
Well, I would assume it's because you need a certain amount of concentration, and he just got shot in the leg. That would be my assumption. Why he doesn't. Yeah.
So anyway, while all this is going on, we destroy everything going into the in Regime. The collars are free.
Yep.
We get to see a lot of mutants snap and start fires. Mm-hmm. We get to see that one mutant from where Polaris was being kept. When she takes her collar off and gives that look, I'm like, oh, what does she do? And she just walks off. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then who I called the bowler, because his power is moving like he's bowling, and then electricity breaks a door or something.
That was cool. I like that.
It was cool.
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
So the Mutant Uprising has officially begun.
Yes.
We are going to all-out chaos.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what we're going to get into next half of the season, but damn, it looks really cool.
It looks amazing. It actually really does. I like how it's set up, everything, and now we're going to see a few more powers, a few more different powers. And it makes sense now why they did not show Blink's portals a lot. Because, first of all, I like what they did, how they got around everything, but now... You've got all these other powers, all these abilities that you have to show off. You need a bigger budget.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So I'll be excited to see what happens. Before we start talking about what's going to happen, negatives in this episode. What do you have?
We've talked about the Cinelinx, about how they don't talk to each other ever, and about how certain parts were a bit unnecessary. But outside of those little bits, I didn't think there was a lot of negatives with this episode.
I had two, and they're really, really nitpicky.
Yeah.
One of them is, I don't even know what to call it. when Reva comes into Andy's room and she's talking to him, and she picks up the Rubik's Cube. That Rubik's Cube had like 7 rows each way. Like, how does that even work? That's the weirdest looking Rubik's Cube I have. It wasn't like the normal 3x3.
It's not a negative.
But I'm like, what is that? That's the weirdest thing. Like, why wouldn't you just get a normal Rubik's Cube to put there? Who puts this weird other cube thing?
It's not a negative. It's like ignorance.
But
like,
what was that thing?
It's a type of Rubik's Cube.
Why don't you get a real Rubik's Cube? Why do you have this?
It's a more challenging one.
No, I don't even know how that would work. It looks so
You
small.
don't have to.
It's
because
dumb.
you couldn't actually finish one Rubik's Cube.
That is not true. I'm really good at those.
Are you actually?
Yeah, I can take the stickers off and put them all back in the right position so well. My other negative is Thunderbird's shirt bulletproof? Because they keep shooting him and there's no holes in his shirt.
They didn't have any holes?
Not a single one.
I saw the pong, pong, pong.
Yep, it just bounces right off and just like,
Interesting.
That's a good fabric, I guess.
It's got some strong tensile strength. Yeah.
I assume maybe you put it on him and it becomes part of, I don't know, it's really weird.
Yeah.
It was really bothering me.
I didn't even notice it, honestly, because the whole time I'm wondering, like, why can't Eclipse just burn the car? Like, why can't he just burn the engine and just run off Eclipse? Or run off Thunderbird?
Alright, positives. What do you got? Best things about this episode.
Yeah. Best things about this episode. Man, where to start? I just liked how unpredictable it was.
Yeah.
Because, part of this show is we like to predict what's going to happen and where we're going to go, everything. There was none of that. I didn't know about the callers. Mm-hmm. I had no idea about that. I had no idea that Rebecca was even going to die. Like, that was just absolutely insanity. And I like that basically Reva's like making sure that it all goes according to her plan.
Puppet master.
Yeah, she's a puppet master. So I liked all of that. I thought that was really cool. There was, and going back to the negative, and maybe you can help me understand this. What was the point of the bank heist?
There was one.
Okay.
I was going to say that earlier. I was like, I still don't get why we had the bank heist. When you were like, it makes everything from the rest of this earlier this season makes sense. I go, well, the bank heist doesn't make sense.
The bank heist now doesn't make sense, except unless they were they just needed to know the name of the company. I'm like, man, that takes a lot of time to go learn about a name.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume that's that, and then
I believe that's all it is.
Took a lot of money.
We got the name from those deposit boxes.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe someone else saw something different. Who knows? Comment down below. Let us know. Yeah. My positives were, starting off, Eclipse was kind of like, I really don't want to go do this.
Yeah.
Because he's really having a hard time with Dawn being on. I kind of wish that would have carried on all episode. And then at the very end, he like kind of saves the day instead of Thunderbird, like doing it,
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, okay, boom. But I liked that at least we had that moment at the beginning that he wasn't like, all right, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
It was just he's still broken and having a hard time doing it.
And I like that Blink referenced it too. It's like you only let him mourn for like two like hours, and then you said we gotta go. Yeah.
And then I really enjoyed that we had to improvise. When he's sitting in that car, you get to go, are those gunshots? Just open the trunk!
I love that.
And then Blink goes, see, you just had to kidnap somebody in broad daylight. Said there was security. We had to go through it anyway. That way we had to improvise. It was just that whole moment. That's the chemistry of this cast. It just works. Yeah. And I love when they do it.
It was very smooth. Yes. I liked it.
Thunderbirds Rage, I loved it because it goes with it's progression from what you have been saying all season long, and that I really liked. And we finally became Ocean's 11.
Yeah, we really did. There was that moment where they're talking about what's going to happen, and you have the hackers like sitting there working, and I was like, this is starting.
And the music was going.
It's
quirky, and I'm like, do we need this? Right? Like, okay, it was borderline negative and positive for me. Because I was kind of like, this really doesn't feel like it fits at this moment. Like, we're killing people. This is a very dramatic moment, and we're getting very campy with the we finally became Ocean's 11 moment.
It's almost as if, like, you had one director film about 70% of the episode. And for the last 30%, you had Steven Soderbergh come in, and he's just like, all right, guys, I got this. Here's what we're going to do. Ocean's 11 stuff.
Maybe not even the last 30%. Maybe like that, just that 5-8% right there.
I loved it. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted the whole time. Why couldn't you have given this to us for the bank heist?
Finally got it.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
I would have said at this point, oh, I understand what the bank heist is all about. It was so we could get our Ocean's 11 moment. Wouldn't even care about the reason. What's
going to happen going forward? The remainder of this season, we come back on January 1st. What happens?
Well, for starters, it appears that Lauren is getting a lot more powerful and, you're right, getting rowdy. So that's going to be a fascinating development. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be anything where she joins any, like, the inner circle or anything like that. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. I think what this next half of the season is going to be are that the Purifiers are going to be trying to round up these new mutants, and the mutants are going to be, obviously, like, fighting back. So we're going to have, like, the world kind of at this turmoil, while all the while the inner circle is just kind of standing over them, like, waiting for it all to settle down for a moment, and then come in and just be like, we are your new leaders, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. As far as what happens with Thunderbird, I am going to be very curious. I think it's going to be like a hostage situation, where it's going to be, Turner is going to make it known, like, hey, we've got the leader of the underground. Come and get him, but hey, if you don't want him to die, this is what you have to do. And it's going to involve all the rest of the underground people to come over and surrender themselves or something.
See, I think it's more along the line of they're not going to know where Thunderbird is. They're going to have to figure out where he is. And it's going to be them. They're going to go on the rescue mission without their... But it's going to be more of a plan of Turner saying, this is the guy who's responsible for Atlanta.
Yeah.
This is the guy who's supposed to be dead.
Right.
We're going to use him to shine that light and say, look, the people in Atlanta, the people responsible for Atlanta, the mutants are still alive.
Right.
Because that's been his thing. Basically clearing his name of being crazy. Mm-hmm. Which is going to get him and the Rednecks in line more with Sentinel Services, I think. They're going to bring them back in a little bit.
Yeah.
And everything else is going to be chaos. Absolute chaos. But I think we're building to a new character. A new mutant, a well-known mutant. Who? I don't know. What it's going to be, I don't know. But I think there's going to be another character in Season 3, another authority-type figure who is a mutant for the Underground, that comes in with a big enough name that it's going to be like, oh, this ties in with the X-Men of this world more.
Yeah.
And it's going to be his way of coming and going, look, this we got to clean this up. And that's what I think I don't know who or what, but we're building to something.
I'm trying to think of who it could possibly be.
I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be like an X-Men, not going to be one of them, but it's going to be someone from the lore that we can that is bankable.
I'm still trying to think of who that could even be from the lore. Like, what, are you going to bring an Angel before he becomes an Archangel? What are you going to do?
Because I still think that's too big too. I don't know who you can get.
Shimmer? I don't know.
Oh, you know what? It's probably going to be oh God, what is her damn name? Oh man,
what's her power?
It sparkles and she does music.
Jubilee.
No, she does music. It's the one that Taylor Swift was going to play in Apocalypse.
Not Shimmer, is it?
No, it's not Shimmer. I can't think of it right now. But Matt, put yourself over. I'll figure it out real quick.
Yeah. So you can find me on all social media at Move the Joystick, Instagram and Twitter. Stay tuned. I'll already tell him right now, I will not be here for the New Year's Day one, so I hope you all have a very happy holidays and a happy new year. Enjoy yourselves. We're not going to have 3 weeks of any sort of gifted, but you can at least enjoy yourselves for the time being. Another thing, too, is that we run a charity organization called Real Outreach, where we help kids in need get some sort of entertainment, you know, whether it be movies or just a night out, anything that we can do to help them and, you know, just have some sort of like entertaining, you know, time, whatever, just to get away from it all. Because every kid deserves that. And so Real Outreach, we really need any donations that you guys can give us, because right now we are doing a charity drive or a fundraiser to make these baskets to give to kids in hospitals, so that way they have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. But if you miss that deadline, go ahead, just donate whatever you can as it is, because that was going to help us for 2019 and on.
Absolutely, and it's Dazzler.
Dazzler! That's what it was.
It's not actually going to be, but that would be freaking
That would be amazing.
y'all know where to find me.
So, why'd you come? Everyone else was busy.
Robin, they sent you? Y'all know where to find me on all social media at Real Jackass B.C. RealJackass B.C. Coming up later next week, my review of Mary Poppins, December 12th, the embargo lifts, so you'll be able to see that. Mary Poppins Returns. You can catch me this weekend in Kansas, wrestling Saturday night from Midwest Elite Wrestling. That's right. Friday night, we get to put on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show at MPX, so come out, have a lot of fun. It's going to be absolutely great. And can't wait to see you guys there. Hit me up on social media. We'll be back on January 1st for a brand new episode of Gifted Talkers. Well, he won't be here. I'll be here. Maybe I'll get someone to come with me. Hopefully, Rob can be my official co-host. So, until next year, thanks, guys.